in museums and private collections around the world, yet I was amazed at how blind I'd been. And it only took a few pages to dispel the myth and toss the old fable to the wind. I was shocked at the time, and I know that it must sound strange to most musicians, but as a violin maker, it actually felt like a breath of fresh air to set the instruments aside for a while and study hundreds, if not thousands, of photographs, one after the other, without all the emotions and, yes, sometimes even the magic of seeing and playing upon the instruments themselves. What the myth is referring to more than anything is the width of the grain.
Some weird choices on this
thing. The warmer and wetter the climate, the wider the grains will grow. Traditionally, the finest and most valuable trees for making concert violins are the ones that grow the most consistently. And since the wood for the belly of a fine violin is almost always opened like a book and made in two pieces, this results with fine, narrow grain in the center of the violin and a medium width of grain toward the edges. And for the most part, the finer the winter growth, the better. Surprisingly, even though Guarnerius lived most of his life in poverty, he was the one who almost always used the highest quality spruce. Stradivarius, as wealthy as he was, used his vast amount of experience over the years to compensate for using pretty much whatever he had on hand. Don't get me wrong, Stradivarius' lowest quality spruce was better than most modern makers ever see in their lifetime. He just wasn't as concerned as Guarnerius was. Yet he succeeded brilliantly in making instruments that could satisfy almost any customer. Yes, Stradivarius made quite a few master violins with superfine grain in the center. Yet, more often than not, his finest concert instruments, like Guarnerius, had the much sought-after consistent growth, moderately narrow grain in the center, and medium-width grain at the edge.
Of it, see what's possible. Can mess about with the lighting apparently.
The trees during the Little Ice Age.
Oh, that just makes it disappear.
Yet, this is the type of wood that Joseph Guarneri chose almost every last time.
Highlight on beard. Oh no, it's gone.
All throughout his long career, Stradivarius also made numerous instruments that had wide grain, inconsistent grain.
No, that's super fine. I thought it was super wide. I don't know. Sometimes it's a bit much. Hi. How are you guys? Blimey, 17 people just appeared while I was staring at the TV. How is everybody? I've been trying to learn violin. I'm just taking a little break at the minute.
And even a few one-piece bellies, with the grain varying from narrow to wide.
We're learning about Stradivarius violins and why they sound the way they do.
Even these trees that broke the rules became
baby.
In the hands of the master. As long as the winter growth was
How are you guys? You had a good day?
If it was well cured, and for dreamers like me, if the tree had a soul.
I wanna learn Lacrimosa. Do you guys know the Lacrimosa?
Yet the trees that make master violins truly are wonderful.
Wonderful.
And they do have souls. Yet the finest quality with the narrow winter growth that can produce such sweet, powerful voices like those of Stradivarius and Guarnerius.
I don't know, man.
Always been.
I see a program where this chemist from Texas reckons that he's figured out why they sound like they do. And he said that it was the finish that got put on. Need for my bow. I can practice one-handed at the minute because I'm not at that stage yet, really. So it's very cold. We're just plucking like that. Trying to make a noise. And then next string. And as you can see on the diagram, the fingers have got like positions and stuff. So it's just matching that up with that really. So that'll be a G. And then G sharp. A sharp, B, C. Is that C? And then we can drop strings to a D. D sharp, E sharp, F. No, there's no such thing. E, F, F sharp, G. That should sound like that, I think. Yeah, it's a struggle. I've never ever in my life had an instrument that takes so long to get used to holding. Played a few instruments in my life, never had one that like wants to fall on the floor every time you shift your fingers down the string. So spending a lot of time just doing that, you know, just moving, sliding my fingers down. Whee, whee. I think that diagram that I've found in the background, I think that's a really cool diagram. It explains quite a lot just in that one picture. So if any of you guys are on the same journey I'm on, good luck with it. It's not easy. See how long I can hold it. It's getting kind of more comfortable over time. Like a couple of days ago, I couldn't have even held it that long. But still a lot of tension. I'm not relaxed, you know. Just trying to chill with it. I've got a really high thumb position as well. I kind of like my thumb to be high. But then if I get the shoulder rest, get the shoulder rest. Ta-da! Then suddenly I get a low thumb position. Part of me really hopes that the neighbour slamming the door gets picked up on my microphone so that I'll have a record of it finally. Because it is just constant. The scroll stays up a lot easier when you put the shoulder rest on, obviously. But I wouldn't have said that's more comfortable, really. I can slide down easier. Can even put some pressure on it. I can feel it in my jaw, you know? It's right there. Just let my muscles get used to this. As a beginner, I should be like holding it above my head and then bringing it down to make sure it's in position and whatever. But, you know, whatever. I've noticed a lot of different people. Like, I've been watching like Hilary Hahn and Ray Chen. Is it Ray Chan? And, you know, people of that nature. That Chloe, I've forgotten her last name, but you know what I mean. All the greats. And I've noticed that there's no two people that hold it the same way. Everyone ends up just with their own style. So I'm just going to have to, you know, get used to how I like it. That's the plan. Doop, doop, doop. What other backgrounds can I have? Hello. Just checking out some other backgrounds at the minute. I've got that one. It shows the same information, but in a different. It's not quite as good, is it? And then we've got For the Damaged Coda. Ooh. da, 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 da. Shall I try to play it? What are the notes? Let's have a look. We got, oh god, it starts on a flat and it's in a really weird key signature that I don't really recognize. I don't think I shall be playing that one. See what else I've got. Page 2. We'll put page 2 in the background so that people don't know what it is. So you're the only person that knows. So shh, don't be telling people. And then I can play whatever I want. Let me just put my violin away. Because there's not a chance I'll be playing music like that on the violin quite a while. It's going to be some time. So what's going on right now really is that you don't realize it, but you're representing YouTube and you are currently in competition with Tonic. Whoa, it's going to go all flashy while I'm moving because it doesn't know who to look at. There we go. I'm chilling. Let's move it over. I want it on the other side. I want it on the other side. My page is... There we go. Right, excellent. Stop flashing. Stop flashing. You got me? You got me. I immediately disappear. I guess I'll have to be there or take off the green screen. I'll take off the green screen, I guess. I kind of like it though, you know what I mean? Kind of like it better than having just lights in the background. Gotta get my light bulb off. You don't want that. You don't want to be staring at a light bulb, eh? Got nothing to prop you up on that. There's definitely going to be a light bulb. Who the hell is Mick Foley? Isn't he like a wrestler from like 20 years ago? Okie dokie. We'll pop you there. You'll be fine. We'll be fine, right? Let me know if the light's annoying. Something like that. Oh, hey. Gotta have a stretch afterwards. Always funny when people join after you just finish. You know what I mean? I've been working on this one. Where is it? No, it's not there. It's... First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way the things have been. Oh, ooh, the way the things have been. Oh, ooh. Second thing second, don't you tell me what you think about that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, ooh, the master of my sea. Oh, ooh. I was broken from a young age to biddy boo boo to be dee dee kibbity boo boo to be doby to be dee bobbity 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 kickabity heartache to the pains and my message to the saints and then I homely the pains and then I hamana 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 pain. But I keep losing the timing, trying to sing it and keep rhythm at the same time. Not easy at all. So that one is quite difficult. It needs tuning in. I think it needs tuning in. He's tuning, doesn't it? I can still play an E. That doesn't need tuning. You are my tuner, unfortunately. So can't do. Do you know what I mean? Can't tune it in while I'm live because you are on the tuner. Does he? I don't think he does. Does he love you? I don't think he's my biggest fan, to be honest. Jesus, not my biggest fan. I kinda took his luck. Everyone calls me Jesus. I tell them I don't give a fuck. I tell them to leave me alone. I say, do I sound like Jesus too? They look at me and say, you're going to hell. I said, hey, so are you. Do you wanna chat about it? I don't mind. I don't mind chatting about it if you want to chat about it. If that's your thing, if that's the thing that you enjoy doing. I'm a big fan of the old debate scene, you know what I'm saying? So if that's the way that you want to go. Wish I could sit on mic at a slightly more reasonable angle when I'm at my piano. Yeah, go for it. Shoot your shot. How do you know heaven's the right answer? I'd rather go to hell where everybody else is than be stuck in heaven alone. For a start, you got to think about that meadow, right? You know, where the grass is greener on the other side, but all your friends are here on this side. Do you know what I'm saying? So, does it really matter how nice the grass is? Nothing wrong with drugs. We've all been there, bro. Depends, doesn't it? Have you ever heard of Toltec wisdom? Do you know the 4 agreements by any chance? there was this man who was very wealthy. No, I messed that up, hang on. There it is. But he didn't feel fulfilled. One day he went walking out of the city up into the mountains, and he just kept walking until night. He found a cave, and he laid down in the cave and went to sleep. And he had the weirdest dream where he kind of worked out the universe. Sorry, it gets complicated here. So this guy, he's walked up to this cave, he goes to sleep, and in his dream he sees all kinds of crazy things. His brain sort of makes sense of a lot of things in his life, right? And he wakes up in the morning and realizes that we never ever see anybody else other than ourselves, right? You can't possibly understand something that you yourself haven't had some experience, at least a tangent to. So this is why some people are liberal and some people are conservative. We've lived different lives, we've had different experiences. And what he realized was that anytime you see something negative in somebody else, it's only you who sees it that way, because in their position, that's what you do. You're essentially looking at a mirror image of yourself, a reflection of yourself. Anything positive that you see in somebody else and anything negative that you see in somebody else are mere reflections of what you think about yourself. That's it. So I'm sorry that made that guy leave. But to end the story, he went down into town and he met up with a fisherman, and he said, "I love you." And the fisherman said, "I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy. You know what I mean? You're just some crazy stranger." And he said to the fisherman, "No, you don't understand. I love everything. I love you. I love the fish in the river. I love this tree that's giving you shade." And the fisherman still looked at him like he was gone out. So he walked into the town and he tried to explain his new philosophy to people in town, and they all looked at him like he was crazy. And he came to the conclusion that, like, it's impossible to explain anything to people if they haven't felt it themselves. There are no words that can give you that kind of understanding. So you either understand that the smoky mirror philosophy, or if you can't see it, there's nothing anyone can do to show you it. Do you know what I mean? So he came up with 4 agreements that you make with yourself, and they're called agreements, not commandments, because in the Bible you've got strict rules that you've got to follow and stuff. But this guy, he doesn't see himself as a god, or, you know, passing down the wisdom of God or anything. It's just his own concept, and he doesn't think that there's any higher power that we need to agree these terms with. We have to agree them with ourselves. It doesn't matter if I tell God that I'm going to follow the 10 commandments. That means nothing unless I feel it in myself and I agree with myself. And so it's the same thing with the 4 agreements, right? And the first one is, don't take anything personally. No matter what anybody says to you, no matter how nice it is or how nasty it is, all they're saying is a reflection of what they see, which is a version of them, a version that they either love and aspire to be, or a version that they hate. They'll never see you for who you really are. Nobody ever can. I can't remember the order of the rest of the rules. Be impeccable with your word. That might be number 1, actually. Don't take anything personally. Always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. Don't feel bad if you do worse today than you did yesterday, as long as you're giving it your all and trying. Yeah, man. It's all good stuff, you know. So at the end of the day, just going back to the concept of God, I don't mind if he exists or not, but there's not a chance in hell that I'm going to go over to him and say, oh, I'm allowed into heaven because I believed in your son. The opposite is true. I want to do good works, and if he says doing good works isn't enough, I can stand true on my morals and say that I was the best person that I could be. You know what I mean? Regardless of what the right answer is at the end. And if you want to know my true stance, I don't believe anything happens. Hello, welcome all the new people. Yeah, but it's not the only one. What I'm saying is different people have different blueprints. That one just happens to work for you. Think about Hindus and Muslims and all the other people that have also found their answer, you know what I mean? Without going into those of us who are atheists and have already found our answer. Oh, I messed up. Would you like to give me some historical evidence? Or I mean, it's up to you, buddy, but I'd be willing to believe that you think I don't know half as much as I do. So you're talking to a high-functioning autist who watches documentaries for fun, you know what I mean? So don't try. The story that they followed the wise men. Have you heard the one that Buddhist monks, right? You know, in Tibet, the Buddhist monks believe in reincarnation. And I keep throwing myself off. The Buddhist monks, they believe in reincarnation, and so when they're high up priest type people, I don't know what they call them in that religion, but when they're high up people die, they follow quite prominent stars to find out where the reincarnation is. Okay, so I don't know if it's a theory or if there's like documentation to go along with it. It's like one of the documentaries that I found myself watching. They'd gone to this particular monastery in Tibet, and they'd found documented evidence that this particular like proper top guy had died, and they'd sent off 3 of the high up monks to follow the North Star. Have you heard this one? So these monks, they followed the North Star, and the documents in the temple say that they'd gone and they'd found this child in Israel. He was a Jewish child, and they'd explained to the parents that actually your kid isn't Jewish. He's one of us. Like you just happen to be the mother, but it's our guy. So when this kid's 12 years old, we'll take him off your hands and we'll go train him. Which lines up with the fact that Jesus went missing at about 12 years old. You read the Bible and it's baby, adult. So it kind of lines up. And this child apparently went there and lived there for a while, and then went away, obviously, to go reconnect with his parents and, Jewish life, because that's what he came from, right? So he wanted to understand his personal roots. So he went off on this journey, and then a few years later he came back and he lived there till he died. And in this monastery, there's hi, by the way. In this monastery, there is all the coffins go east to west. No, go north to south. Like all the graves go north to south. But there's this one that goes east to west, and on it, there's a carving of, I think it's the whole body, but particularly on the arms, you can see like marks on the backs of the hands. So I don't know if you are aware of that particular story. Like I say, I saw it in a documentary years ago, so I would not, unfortunately, be able to direct you to it, but it was interesting nonetheless, and it does exist. It's out there somewhere. No. Then where? No. I shall have to look. I'm learning to read music. I don't know what that means. What you believe in is true belief. Is true in beliefs. I don't really understand that sentence. Sorry. Like I say, I like debating this stuff. I like looking at the history of what made us at the place that we are. You know what I mean? Because if you want to debate about like the chances of the Bible being true, I don't think you'll like my particular stance on that. But if I allow you to say things that trigger my mind into interesting topics, then I'd rather go down that route, like the Buddhist monks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Again, you'd have to explain what you meant by a specific force. I didn't say it comes from nothing. I said I don't think anything happens after we die. Obviously, nothing is an interesting concept, and I don't think you could describe it. I don't think you know what nothing is. I think you know what nothing is, but I don't think you could ever show me nothing. There it is. Many things could happen, but I just personally think that nothing happens. And if something happens, then for people with my personality, that would be torture. The idea that there isn't an ending to existence, that I'd have to wake up even after I die, is torture. So, to what one man is heaven, say another man this be hell. Hello, other person that's joined. I hope you don't mind. Me and Sign7 seem to be having a little bit of a religion debate. I don't mind too much. I mean, I made a channel specifically to address this, so you could always go there. But I figured after a while that there's no stopping you people. You always come back. Sorry, new person, I can't see your name, so I'll have to call you new person until you speak. But would you like to request a pop song or a classical song? Yeah, Mum. Free, open minds. I agree wholeheartedly with that. Maybe it'd help if I did all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not there, it's there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't remember the words. First things first, I'ma say all the words inside my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way the things have been. Ooh, the way the things have been. So hard to keep time. Second thing second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my CEO. Ooh, the master of my CEO. Ooh, I was broken from a young age, taking my something to the masses, taking the something to the heart. Boobity, 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 heartache and the pain and the message to the brain, to the bitch, something to the pain, to the dumping, to the da 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 da. No, I don't play. No, I don't play Roblox. I apologize. I play Minecraft on my gaming channel. There's a few good episodes on there. I would love some like challenges and stuff to do. I play Rocket League, which is quite fun, and Daisy, and that's about it. Oh, and Chivalry. Yeah, and Chivalry. Do you like how I've got like the UK flag and also New York? That's cool, isn't it? Oh, well, I believe... Oh, thank you ever so much, bro. That means a lot to me, man. I need as many subs as I can get, especially if you mean on on the gaming channel. Rocket League, cool, man. I really enjoy Rocket League. I'm apparently not very good at it. I feel like I'm really good and I'm being held back by my teammates, but apparently that's quite a normal normal thing to think. Hello. Idea 10. No, I've not heard it, unfortunately. Who's it by, so that I can write it down and I can look it up for next time. And please subscribe so that I can learn it live. That'd be quite cool, wouldn't it? I'm finding a pen. Here's one. This is my sheet where I'm learning about violin stuff, so I'm looking at this all the time because I'm learning violin at the minute. So I've just got to find a nice open space. I shall definitely look it up. I'm not going to do it now, obviously, for copyright purposes, unfortunately. I've got to be careful with what I watch, do you know what I mean? They're a bit strict these days. Oh man, I'm just going to have to write that as you've written it. I don't even know if I can pronounce the guy's name, if it is a guy or a girl. I shall definitely look that up. Thank you ever so much. I know it is, man. I'm with you on that one, 100%. Bro, I'm the kind of guy who reads terms and conditions before I save, you know, before I accept them. So trust me, like I looked into it, but it's the AI bot. What can you do? You know, it goes crazy. I've got a couple of videos on my channel if you want to look that say I played so well that I got copyrighted because I was playing Moonlight, which I'm not great at. Oh man, GG, thank you ever so much for your support. It means a lot to me. Holy, it's really cool. I wish I could pronounce your name so that I could say, but thank you, Skit. So I can say that bit at least. It does mean a lot to me. Genuinely, thank you for my support, for the support. That's thrown me off. I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, I was playing Moonlight, and Skizz'll tell you I'm not even lying, man. I got copyrighted twice actually. For me playing it on the video. I'm playing it, and like, honestly, thank you. It means a lot to me. I love that piece so much. Obviously, the end result, that part, gonna be a long time before I get there, but. Obviously, as you know now, I've got the flipping violin and it's so addictive, and I'm learning canon in D, but that's a secret one because like I wanna learn to play it, you know, because last year, don't know if you remember, but last year I tried to learn to read sheet music and it sent me into a bit of a depression because I felt kind of like that I should be progressing and showing my progress on YouTube. It got a bit much. So I'm doing that off of YouTube just so that I don't feel that pressure, you know, mental health and all that. You got to take care of yourself, ain't you? But yeah, honestly, GG's guys, it's good to see you. Me and Sign 7 have been having a debate about religion. Not really a debate, more a conversation, I'd say. We disagree. We come from different standpoints, and Sign 7 would very much like it if I reconsidered my position. But honestly, get yourself a keyboard. If you can afford a decent Yamaha keyboard, maybe look in secondhand shops. Just start with a keyboard. You don't like this. I fell in love with this thing, but it's not where I started, and you don't need to go all out all at once. You know what I mean? Honestly, that I would recommend everybody get an instrument, and if keyboard is what you want, then go for it. Violin, not gonna say that I can recommend it just yet. I want everybody in the world to buy a violin and enjoy it. Genuinely, honestly, I will recommend it. Yamaha are a fantastic company. The one that I started on was a Yamaha, and it had a little tutorial screen. So it had a bunch of songs built in, and you could turn it on and put it into play along mode or all kinds of different modes, and it showed on the screen like what key to press. That's genuinely how I learned Fur Elise, which I'll never unlearn now, you know. It was just a piano tutorial built into the keyboard. And yeah, violin, again, I would love to, I want to say everybody get a violin and learn it, but the roadblocks that I'm coming up against at the minute are kind of making me want to cry, and I would suggest, oh, good. I'll play it for you tomorrow. I'll put that one live for you tomorrow, just for you, because it's one that I very rarely play on the channel because I know how overplayed it is. But since you've said it's one of your faves and you've been subscribed for so long, I'm saying, yeah, there you go. Get it. Take care, Science 7. Hopefully I'll catch you next time. I'm also looking forward to going live a little bit more often as well, so hopefully that's on the cards. But again, mental health, I'm not gonna I don't want to say I'm gonna stick to a schedule, because that's what burned me out last time, you know. Thank you, honestly, you're the legend. I've had quite a long day today because I've done so much sight reading. I've been sight reading all day. I've been playing the violin all day and stuff. That's what I was saying. If you're under 20, get yourself a violin. Anyone who's over 20, if you still feel like you're good at learning stuff and you really want a good challenge, I would say get a violin and enjoy it. Just have fun with it. If you're over 30, I think it might be too late for us, guys. I'm not saying no, we're all different, but seriously, yeah, I'm never going to be able to play the pieces that I really want to play, you know, and I think that's a shame. It's a shame because I spent my youth thinking when I'm old, I'll do old things. While I'm young, I've got to appreciate my body and do young things. So I did the kickboxing, I did the martial arts, I did the circus skills. And then I had a bad injury. And after my injury, I was incapable of doing almost everything. And as I've got older, I'm not even bike riding as much anymore or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? And it suddenly dawned on me the other day, you could see a video of 100-year-old man, and the video will be something like, oh, it's so heartwarming. This 100-year-old man, he loved playing violin and he hasn't owned one in 30 years. And as a present, I've bought him a violin. And it will just be a video of this old man playing perfect violin because he used to play it as a youth. And then he'll have a cry and be like, oh, it really takes me back to my youth. And I can never, ever do that with any of my hobbies. There's not a single hobby that's transferable to old age. Do you know what I mean? There's not going to be anyone when I'm an old man, like I'm 70, who goes, oh, he really loved rollerblading, so I bought him some rollerblades, and then I'm a 70-year-old man. Happy birthday for Saturday. Have a good one. Sorry it took me so long to see that. I was off on a tangent. GG. There's a lot going on Saturday. Saturday is a big day, apparently. But, there's no one's going to give me juggling balls and I'll be this little old man juggling away or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. So I feel bad about that. Yeah, that'll do, won't it? Rizzler's Clipper. That's probably the ideal present even now. That'd do me. Actually, my mum bought me a lighter a couple of years ago because she couldn't think of what else. Pain! Where is it? It's there. I think. No, hang on. That's the one. my head. I'm fired up and tired of the way that things have been. Oh, ooh, the way that things have been. Oh, ooh. Second thing, second, don't you tell me what you think that I can be. I'm the one at the sail, I'm the master of my sea. Oh, I think I'm off time again. It's so hard to count and also sing that particular song, man. On the guitar, I think it's because of the strumming, you can find it easier to like count and strum easy. But when you just go for 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, it gets so repetitive. After a while, you're just like, nah, man, I'm done counting. I'm sick of it. Well, I've got to say, honestly, thank you ever so much for the support, guys. As I was briefly mentioning earlier, I've had quite a long day learning the instruments, and I've really taxed my brain with the sight reading, and I've been on tonic quite a bit today, and that's what made me go live, actually. I just thought, well, I'll compare it, you know, what's it like going live on YouTube versus going live on tonic. There's a bunch of nice people on tonic, and if you do play an instrument, I highly recommend it. Ray Chen, you'll have to probably Google Ray Chen tonic, because tonic's such a universal word. But what he means is like the tonic of a scale. That's why he's called it that. So if I play the C scale, no, hang on. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Well, that is home, isn't it? That home sound, that's the tonic. That's why he's called it that. And the only reason I know that is because I was confused. I was like, why has he called it tonic? That's such a difficult thing to find. But yeah, I recommend it. Musicians of all skill levels, it's absolutely fantastic place to be. But it's always nice to reconnect with actual supporters, to connect with actual supporters, to be able to chat with you guys. So I prefer YouTube. If you know, I mean, if it's worth going live, I think it keeps a record for me as well, doesn't it? Which I don't get on tonic. But then there's the other side of it, which is that on YouTube I tend to like to keep things that I'm likely to watch again myself, and I'm probably not going to watch an hour of me just chatting to a couple of people. Like, I can see how people might find me and enjoy it, because I watch Ludwig VODs and all sorts. I watch all kinds of VODs. But, you know, usually the content on this channel is more for me and my friends and family. So I don't really want to like fill it up with hour-long videos that I'm never going to watch again, if that makes sense. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. Just things to think about. If anybody's got any thoughts, you're more than welcome to share them. I apologize again for the lighting. I'll try and make that better for next time. I've got this. Oh, it's not plugged in. I've got a side light, but it is unfortunately faltering. Thank you, man. I will, definitely. And yeah, thank you. I don't know about putting me on notifications. That's a risk. But yeah, I do appreciate it, seriously. And thank you for your years of support. And I'll catch you in the next one. Take care, everybody. Love you, bye. I don't know how to end it now, so there's just going to be an awkward minute.